All about the joy.
What was that? Hey everyone, welcome to All About the Joy. It's so nice to be here. Hi, Rick Costa.
Hello, hello.
Rick's all like gangsta today. And Cynthia, thank you for coming by. Oh, look at who else is in the house.
Hey, Mario.
Hey,
What's up, Skinny?
Mario.
Hey.
How you doing?
Good. I'm trying to figure this thing out now because
What? Oh, because you on? Oh, you mean being on Restream?
yes, pushing buttons and whatnot.
You're getting
I
skinnier
hear
and
you.
skinnier.
Oh,
Who, me?
broke
Yes,
something.
you are. Looking good.
Thank you.
Andrea's gonna be here in a little bit. She sent me a text and she's like, "I'll be there, but I have to drop off her daughter." She goes, "I have to drop off my daughter somewhere," and I'm like, "Somewhere?" I was like, "That."
Leave her
I'm
on the side of the road.
serious.
Is that a
I
secret?
was like, "Just make sure you drop off somewhere you know." That would be.
Yeah.
Right?
But she responded and she was laughing. She's like, "I meant school." It was just funny. So, hey, Mario, I think you're hot, and I don't mean caliente like you're beautiful, though that too. But I mean your voice is very loud.
Is it? Is that better? Shall I speak in a lower tone?
We're going to be Bob
We all
Ross
have the
today,
giggles.
painting a painting and talking very softly.
Yes, please.
Look at the ocean as I paint waves across the canvas.
Just going to put some
As we
trees
go
over
to the
here.
beach, and then we paint the sycamore trees.
The happy trees.
The happy trees.
Some clouds up here.
So bad today. You know what I forgot? I forgot the list I sent you all of other things we are going to talk about.
Oh, yeah. I forgot to look at that.
I saw the Oscars was on there. I saw
Yeah.
about Charlie. I saw about TikTok.
Hey, don't
And
give away the
Something
secret. You're
about
supposed to be
jobs.
like, "Hey, Carmen." You're supposed to be like, "Hey, Carmen, what do you mean a list? Let's just go with the flow. You know what? Let's talk about Charlie's podcast."
let's talk about Charlie's podcast. What do you think? Let's go.
So like you be like spontaneous and like I'm such a cool host, and you guys are all like, you know what? That's our thing, man. All about the joy. That's it now. That's
Joy.
it. Okay, did you guys watch the Oscars?
Yes.
I did.
I just saw the highlights on the ABC website.
Oh my God. Let me just take you off of here. No, I'm just kidding.
You shall be removed. Swipe
You
to
shall
the
be
left.
bye-bye. No. Okay, Cynthia, what did you think?
It was good. It was good. I liked it. There were
Okay,
actually
Mario.
a couple good moments.
Oh, you thought there were only a couple good moments?
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't like, a big hoopla, but
Oh.
it was good.
Honestly, I gotta say, it was predictable. The only thing that threw me off was Emma Stone. Everything else, I was.
Oh, wait. Oh, you mean Emma Stone winning?
Yes, I was surprised because the young lady from Killers of the Flower Moon, she had been winning everything, including the SAG. And normally,
Lily.
the people who win SAG are the ones who go on to win the Oscar because the same people are voting in both categories. So I was surprised by Emma Stone. She was a dark horse that came out of nowhere. So
Hey.
Hi, Melanie. How are you, Melanie?
hey, Melanie.
I don't need to see John Cena naked again. I can say that much.
Oh, I loved that. I was laughing. I thought that was such a funny because it was about costumes. That
It was
was
about it was funny.
And
It was
do
a
we
good
need to
bit.
talk? Do we need to talk about somebody's penis? Like, come on.
whose penis?
Really?
Who did they talk about his penis? I missed
What?
that.
Iron Man. Robert
Who?
Downey Jr.
They talked about his penis.
Hi, John.
Hey, John. Yeah, what's the guy that hosted?
Wait a
his
minute,
name?
what?
Because it's
What are you-
escaping my brain.
What are you talking about? Okay, did you watch the
Jimmy-
Oscars on
was it Jimmy?
CBS?
I went on the website and they said, here's video highlights. And one of the things he said was something about his thing. And I'm like, bro, that's
No. Okay,
unnecessary.
wait. Stop. See, this is why you should watch things from.
This is
the
not
beginning
hearsay. I saw
to
him
the
say
end.
it.
I know what you're talking about. But what I'm saying
Okay.
is you're taking it out of context. That's the problem.
Still nasty.
Robert Downey Jr. was sitting in the front row. That's what you're talking about. The monologue. Look, I'm gonna get mad because you know what? This is what's wrong with our country. This is the same shit.
We need to talk about penises freely? Is that what's wrong?
I'm talking about his penis. He just made a joke, and maybe it landed wrong, but it wasn't like the end of the world. All he said was something about, like, I forget what it was, but it wasn't a big deal, and they moved on. I actually thought the more insulting part was talking about his drug abuse. So you can't take it out of context.
Yeah,
like,
Kimmel, that was kind of a low blow for Kimmel. It was low hanging fruit. It was not necessary. You know, he could have done without it.
Yeah, but it wasn't a big deal. It was just, oh my God, I get annoyed.
I just feel bad for him.
Do you get annoyed about penises, or do you get annoyed about topics?
No, I love penises. I love penises.
Oh my God, we are so going left.
I get annoyed because Rick, because what Rick just did, I know a lot of people do it. We don't want to, or we don't have time or whatever to maybe watch the whole thing or look at all.
Right, watch a highlight.
Right. So we'll read. Oh, but this happens with articles all the time. Like, people will read like one headline, and then you'll see all the comments. I can't believe she did that. What a bitch! I mean, did you read the article? Because it was not even about her. You know what I mean? Like, but so I do get incensed. Was it a bad low hanging fruit? Yeah, but that's not the whole Oscars. And you tie that in, so you watch snippets. So you watched you heard a penis joke.
It was like 13 minutes of him talking with Iron Man
It was
included.
not 13 minutes of him talking about a penis.
No. This clip.
Hey, Tony.
Hey, Tony.
Tony.
Hey, Tony. Hey, Tony. Hi,
Hey, Andrea.
Andrea, who dumped her daughter somewhere with nobody
Somewhere.
She drove. She drove.
She did?
The baby drove.
Yeah, she is not old enough. What is she, like 8? Because I am not that old for her to be driving.
It is happening.
How you doing? We're fighting right now. I'm fighting with Rick. We're talking about penises.
There you go.
Context. Did we not just say
welcome
context?
to All About the Joy.
Did we not just say this?
I got here just in time.
It brings Carmen joy.
Today's topic, the joy of penises.
Oh, your fault. You brought up penises. Rick is going to be like, Carmen, I want to hand in my resignation.
Tony said, do what?
Let me just say, I didn't even really know who John Cena was till that bit. So that worked for me. But Rick, I could see how you maybe heard that piece and then saw the John Cena thing. And that, let me just say, the best part was Ryan Gosling singing.
I had no idea.
The whole thing was,
I didn't know he could sing.
Unbelievable.
Did you guys, okay, little known fact, he used to sing in the Mickey Mouse Club back in the day with Justin Timberlake, Christina Aguilera, all of the Britney Spears. He was in that whole crew. Yeah, he was in that whole crew. And I just came across the video just the other day of him singing Jodeci. He was the lead singer singing Jodeci with Justin Timberlake in the background. Yeah.
I just think I just think the way he did, he was just so fun.
Yeah.
He was so lighthearted, and it felt like the entire audience was like, we
and
all
on the
needed
bit.
something like that. Yeah, and it was just kind of fun. And you know,
He wasn't just
the only
singing.
problem I have with the Oscars is they are too long. I fell asleep. Well, they started it early. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They started at 4:00 for that reason. But yeah, Tony just said I didn't know that.
Yeah, about Ryan. Yeah, he's
go ahead.
No, he's a singer from way back.
I think he didn't just sing it; he was actually playing Ken from the movie.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was just a fun time. So, Andrea, did you watch the Oscars? I think not. Right?
No, I was on a plane.
How is Iowa nowadays?
I actually did.
Okay.
It's not as cold as it was the last time I was there, so there's that. I did catch the Ryan Gosling thing though. Like that was like right when I walked into my hotel room. So I kind of watched, but not really, and I was super tired. But
Yeah,
so
it was fun.
I don't have anything to add to this other than it was fun.
And I'll ask Rick this because I know Rick watched. I listened to and watched Charlie's podcast. I did a 2-part private lounge with Charlie Mattera, and I just want to give a shout out to him because I love him and I know that he's probably listening. But it was so much fun. And I can't believe it. I've gotten so much feedback from both of those things from people, which is kind of cool. So I don't know if you guys got to hear it, but what I love about it the most is like just he's such a great storyteller, Rick, right?
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
Um,
And I'm like, he's talking about his script and everything. Carmen's like, well, I don't know if you want to give it all away. He goes, it's already copyrighted. Don't worry. And I'm like, when is this coming out? Because it sounds good.
doesn't it sound good? The thing is, too, I cut out a lot. I cut out because there's more to the story of the script. And I cut out like a whole chunk that is actually kind of a twisty. I'm not going to put that, but there's a huge twist to it. And I was like, I got to cut that out because there's no way that someone isn't going to try to steal it or whatever. But he's totally chill. And I think a couple of people emailed me and said, I can't believe he was in prison. I'm like, why?
Why not? I mean,
know. Why are you so stunned? You know what I mean? Like,
And him talking about Farrah Fawcett, that was pretty funny too.
wasn't that great? That was so much fun. Yeah, he was cute. So thank you to Charlie. And if you haven't listened to it, there's 2 different parts to it. And I hope you can take a moment and just get to know somebody who is not just one of the coolest people I met out here, but very fascinating and a great storyteller.
He's super close to Ryan O'Neal, right? Is that how you guys know each other or met each other?
I met Ryan O'Neal because he owned a gym here in Brentwood. And
Okay.
I met Charlie outside of BC Goto, and really, we kind of said this a long time ago, Rick. I forget which episode it was, but it was when you first met Charlie on the live stream. We were just checking each other out because that brother was fine as fuck. He still is. He was, he had the blonde hair, and he was so cut and built and whatever, and he was walking around town like he owned it. You know what I mean? One of those people. And of course, at the time I lived in Brentwood and we were outside the famous restaurant, like at the end of it was Mezzaluna, which is where it's famous for where Nicole Simpson and what is his name?
Ron
Goldman, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. So that's the restaurant that was right there. Next to it was where BC Goto was. So it was a pretty well-known area, and that's where I first met him. And then we had mutual friends, and then the gym, I guess. I never hung out with him in the gym, though, so that's a whole other level of working out that I was never
right.
But yeah, and Ryan passed away this past December.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, so it's kind of sad, but yeah. Anyway, I just want to touch base with that. So, Mario, you have a list. What else is on the list?
Well, we talked about Charlie already. We touched on the Oscars. The other
could I add something to the Oscars?
We got stuck on all about the joyful penis part, and then
I think Andrea wants to say something.
I don't think I have met Mario before.
Hey,
so I just
how are you?
I'm so sorry. I thought, the neighborhood, y'all know.
What kind of host are you?
Andrea, you know who Mario is? It's probably going to click for you when I tell you this. I met Mario when I worked at Brand New School. He was our principal banker at City National Bank. And so we got to know each other through that. And you can only imagine the conversations during that time in my life when I was so happy and joyful.
Mm-hmm. And I too was happy and joyful at City National Bank.
Yeah. and we loved working the jobs that we did and helping people become wealthier and wealthier.
Yes. It was.
Bankers are well known to be very happy, joyful people.
We're joyful people. Exactly. Entertainment people are joyful people.
Hi, Donald. Is Donald Milton?
Well, nice to meet you,
Hey, Donald.
Hey, Milton. Donald is Milton. Everybody has different names.
I know, it's so confusing.
It's so
I also wanted to say she almost brought me a little teary-eyed with the woman. I think her name is Davine.
Davine Joy Randolph.
Yeah,
yes.
Her speech was like, "Oh, you're gonna make me cry. Stop."
Yeah.
Yeah, she was good.
That whole category was great this year.
It was great, and I was upset that I just felt like you could have. I'm waiting for and we have a tie. You know what I mean? Because I just feel like it would have been so much cooler if like I think three of them could have won it this year easily. It's
Yeah,
such
because
a
Danielle,
Danielle was
did
phenomenal.
an amazing
Color
show. She like
That's who I voted for.
I'm sorry, but I'm gonna say it. I think she did a better Sophia than Oprah.
Oh yeah, we don't need to compare
She-
though.
But she
You don't
was
have to be
amazing.
Look at Andrea. I'm saying we don't need to compare. There's enough
No,
love.
because you know why the original is one of my all-time favorite movies. So like I get it, but the thing is, I always have this debate with my friends about the original and the remake because they're totally different
Oh yeah.
in terms of with the one being the musical. But Danielle, if you guys don't realize, she's an EGOT nominee now, so she's been nominated in every category. So she's on her way. She's just give her a couple more years.
I would have voted. I voted for her in SAG Awards because I thought she was amazing.
I did too.
It was hard for both of them. You know what I mean? To not give. Anyway, I just wanted a tie. But yeah.
I did too.
Oh, you did
Trust
too?
me.
Okay, so you agree
I
with me.
did.
I mean, it wasn't
100%.
the holdovers, but I wasn't thrown by the holdovers.
No, I watched all the movies this year. I slept through part of Oppenheimer.
But I love Oppenheimer.
And the Killers of the Flower Moon.
That I slept through.
It bored me to tears. But I tried to push through. As my grandmother said, I went fishing. I do like this.
Yeah. So look at. I'm just glad that movies are back to being pretty amazing. Knock on wood.
Yeah.
You know, we have good ones and we have bad ones, but I thought it was fun. And I will say this for the Oscars, I thought it was a really great show. The bar is so low, but I really thought it went well. I thought Jimmy Kimmel, penis and all, was fantastic. I'm sorry. I'm gonna do so many clips.
I don't know what I think I missed a really important part of the show.
No, the point is,
no, you really didn't.
You really didn't.
Hey, Alma.
Hey, honey.
Hi,
She's at the opera.
Honey.
Hi, baby. I miss you.
If I missed all the peni, then I think I missed it. Right?
Andrea Alus, whose name is Alma in real life.
That's my wife.
That's Mario's wife. Yeah.
Alma.
Oh, okay.
Alma.
My better half.
Yeah.
Carmen, you know this is the first time I met Mario too.
Oh my God.
Oh wow.
You know what? Can I just
Wow.
say I'm so sorry, but I think this is what I mean by the neighborhood. Like we're just all such good friends. I didn't even realize it. Mario, Cynthia, Mario. I apologize.
That's right. This is my first time meeting both of them. Like that.
I didn't know this. You know, if I had a good co-host / producer, I would have filled me in on that somehow. There would have been like a little note or something like, Carmen, I don't think, but you know, it's just a shame. The only producer.
I like the pass the buck thing. I love that.
Wow.
Whoa, what did he just say? Did I miss that? What?
I like that pass the buck thing. Mm-hmm.
Just kidding. Hey, you know what? I think it's actually a testament to the fact that I think y'all know each other. Like,
Now, Andrea, I think I kind of in the back of my mind knew that, but I thought Cynthia was on with him before, I guess. No,
sure,
obviously.
right?
No, but I've seen them, they've seen me, we've all seen each other, but we've never been on at the same time.
Yeah,
Right.
No, that's cool. That's cool. I'm
Right.
sorry. That's my bad.
We all just kind of mesh well together. So
It really is working. It's the red beans and rice for me. That's on the pot.
ripping the rice for me. Okay, wait, I have to
No,
look
I literally just made red beans and rice. That's why I said that.
I think because Andrea. Oh, you know what? I forgot to say Happy Pie Day as well. Today is a pie, and I know none of you probably even care what that is, but it's a mathematics thing.
314, 3.14. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So let me just see here. Oh, I wanted to talk about this because I was hoping Andrea would be here. So I wanted, this is going to be more of a work thing and going back to this quiet quitting crap. I responded to a woman on a TikTok today, and I have not been on TikTok other than posting our clips from the show. But I'm like, oh, they're going to ban TikTok? Let me do a post. You know what I mean? I'm like, let me jump in the end of this. But she is clearly somebody who does a lot of I don't want to say life coaching, but that's what the umbrella I'm gonna put it under, because that's what it feels like, you know what I mean? And I've never seen her before, but she was talking about quiet quitting, and she got into this conversation about how you shouldn't be doing quiet quitting, that if you're not getting that job or you're not getting that promotion or you're not getting that raise, and then you decide not to give it your all, what does that say about your integrity? Oh my God. Right? So then she goes on this tangent. She's
My
like,
eyes roll big
but let me
enough.
tell you
I
what
don't
the
think they can.
comments were like, so beautiful. I was like, go ahead, Gen Z. I know you're all Gen Z in here.
Mhm.
What I wanted to talk about was, I feel like people who are Gen X and boomers, and I'm not saying everyone, but clearly I think she was, our age, and I think we're stuck in this mentality of, you got to work really hard, you got to be dedicated, you've got to do what you got to do to prove yourself, and even when you don't get that raise or you don't get acknowledged, that makes you have to do it even more. And I was like, I don't think so. So Andrea, I wanted to see what you thought.
Yeah, I wholeheartedly disagree with that, right? You owe your job the hours you are paid for, right? That's, that's the exchange, right? And if you're passed over for promotion, if your boss is a jerk, your coworkers are jerks, you still have to pay the bills. You still need health insurance. I mean, like, we don't have the social safety net in this country to be like, this is no longer fulfilling for me, so I'm going to take a pause until I find the next thing, right? Like, no, you still have to put food on the table and somehow be a human person walking around on the planet and not be, completely aggro. You got to do what you got to do, honey. Like, just, if you need to, like, create some separation, some mental space. I don't, here's the issue. Like, I read that when you sent an email, and I hate that moralizing about
Yes.
work. I hate that. When you, like, the word integrity is like, are they stealing? Like,
Right.
literally stealing? No, they're not. They're there. They're doing their jobs, right? Like, they're not undermining other people. You know what I mean? Like, there's just something about that that's like,
Well,
you have
I
to
think-
hold yourself to some high moral standard.
I think we
it's like,
got it
it's a
wrong growing
job.
up. I think we grew up learning, at least I did, learning that if you suffer, then you're good. So if you're, you know what I mean? If
Right.
you're sacrificing and if you're really doing all you can, then somehow that makes you a better person than the person that's just going in and doing their job and leaving. And what I've realized in my life, and I don't know if this has happened to any of you, is the more I put into a company or a person or a client, the more likely they don't give a shit when they get ready to fire me, move on, lay off people. You know what I mean? Like,
Not at all.
Praise the Lord. Yes. I have this experience, right? That's one of the first things I learned when I started doing consulting. I can't want this more than you do. I can't be showing up trying to, like, make this go and, like, doing the jobs of people who actually work there because I want it so bad for you. You know what I mean? Like, that whole idea of just,
I know this stresses you out.
I just hate all that moralizing about it. Yeah, I'm
Let me-
sorry. I just was at a client all week. I just got home today, like a couple
I
hours
love
ago.
you for
So
coming
That's
I'm
on.
in
okay.
it.
I have a story for you guys of a place long ago where someone got terminated high up in the company, and one of the senior vice presidents came out and said, "We know this is all very jarring for everyone, and I'm sure everybody's shook up, but just consider this a pebble in the water that creates a ripple, and the water just keep on flowing right on after that." And said, "Have a great day. Go back to work."
They
Yes.
thought that was a good thing. They thought that was
Yes.
motivating.
Yes. That I will never.
That was a pep
I
talk,
took
Carmen.
that with me when I left. I'm like, you know what? Duly noted, because that lets me know you really don't care.
Let me show
You are,
you my part of the ripple, bitch.
yeah, that part. I'm gonna ripple my ass right on out the door. So I'm gone. Why am I
Alma
busting
just
my
said,
behind for you? You know what I'm
right.
saying? And you don't care.
You don't care. Alma just said, I tell everyone if you die today, your replacement will be here tomorrow and you'll get an acknowledgement in the
Yes,
newsletter.
In the
If
newsletter.
even.
Maybe.
Damn
Yeah.
straight.
maybe if you're lucky.
Damn. Yeah, maybe. Right.
Yep.
Cynthia,
I agree with
Yep.
everyone.
She's like,
I'm going through it right now. Like I've worked at my place for over 10 years and I was always yes, 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 I'll do this, I'll do that, thinking that same mentality. And now I'm like, no. They asked me to do
no,
something today and I said, no, I don't feel like doing that. And they're like, oh, please. I said, I'll think about it. They knew I wasn't going to do it. They found
right.
someone else to do it. I said, okay.
yeah.
Hey,
And
Gigi.
kept it moving.
Hi, Gigi. Welcome. Nice to see you here.
I agree with you, Alma. Take time, take personal time off, and take vacation. Take the time
Yep.
and go see your family. Spend time with your family because those are the people who care about you. That
Mhm.
job is going to be there. That you are a peg in a wheel that can be replaced. So
Will be
you know,
Hmm.
you can be replaced,
Mhm.
and that's the whole thing. And then you have people who want you to work over your 8 hours and expect you to do extra work and still
Mhm.
and take it gladly, and then they don't understand. Well, why are you work? Why we're trying to find you and you're gone? Well, my time is up. I
No,
was
my
also
favorite is we're a family here. We're a family. No,
no,
not any of
no,
that. We're
no,
not a family. Okay.
I
no.
love the
Yeah,
new
and
acronym
the
for the
people who are
PTO.
quiet quitting,
Mhm.
Okay, wait,
yeah,
one
the
at a
people who
time.
are
One at a
quiet
time. Go ahead.
quitting, there's an issue going on. There's some kind of issue happening there that they are unhappy with that is unaddressed, right? And so the companies want loyalty. They want people to go the extra mile. They want them to take on extra work and stay late and all of those things. What else? If you want me to do more, what are you giving me for that more?
Compensation.
And a lot of times it's just the expectation of it with nothing more
Well,
being
I told
offered
someone the other day
most
that
of
they're
the time.
confusing me being a CFO with actually what I do, which is business management. I said the difference is about $400,000. So you want me to be your CFO? We can have that conversation. You know what I totally did. I'm like, but I'm just over here making my little money. So I'm just going to do this part, which is what we agreed to. You want me to pull out the contract? I was like, Cynthia, you were going to say.
Yeah.
That I like the new acronym some of the new teenagers have for the PTO, which is prepare the others
Right.
because I won't be here.
I won't be here.
I did not. I've never heard that.
I haven't either. That's good. I'm going to
Hi,
use that.
Brian. Hi, Brian.
Hey, Brian.
Go ahead,
Brian's
Rick.
right, though, right? You hear family and you scoff. It's like, okay.
Yeah.
Most families I know are pretty damn dysfunctional. Come on now.
Listen.
So I don't like my family, so
I'm
Rick,
like, you might not want to bring out my family. I'm like, well, I take time away from my family every day.
okay, let me
Every
get
day.
Rick in there because then I won't be able to have him in the show anywhere except for this part. Go ahead, Rick.
I mean, I'm gonna do the best I can because I have to live with myself and feel like I'm trying. I'm doing the best I can, doing my part. I have many times gone above and beyond, especially during COVID. There was days where I was literally just to catch up. I was up till 2 o'clock in the morning, not getting paid. And I know that's crazy, but I was like, I don't want this company to go under because a lot of companies of this type are going under. So I'm like, I'm helping him for free, but at the same time, I'm helping his company not go down because if I don't, then I got to look for another job. Da, 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 da. But like we've talked about this before, once that time is done, 5:30 hits, bye. Like I ain't thinking about the job no more. It's done. It's done. Again, yes. We did this in the beginning, see? But yeah, I start exactly at 8:30 and I finish exactly at 5:30. I'm out. My lunch break, I do not exist on my lunch break either. Like, no. Like, no, 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 no. I'm gonna do the best I can. I'm gonna support, try to do extra if I can, if I have time to do so. But don't
I think
ask me to
I think CEOs, owners of company need to change their thinking. And I'm stealing something from Gary Vee, who you all know I love, which is this idea that if I own the company, I'm the one who has to be working the most, not the people who
Yeah.
work for me. And I
That's what I was
love
gonna
that. I'm
say.
like, yes.
Yeah, I was gonna say you can't expect me to care about the company the same way you do. It's your company. You're the one making the big bucks, not me. So you can't expect me to care like you do. You know, you're gonna go out of your way. You're gonna do definitely way more if you need to.
Let me see what Brian just wrote. Work ethic is slowly dying with the younger generation. Lack of leadership. I disagree 150%.
Yeah, me
I
too.
disagree. Not true at all. I think the younger generation, which I'm talking about Gen Z at the moment, actually is doing this right. Their priorities are not to kill themselves working for people who do not pay them more than minimum wage or a living wage or are making ridiculous profits and then turning around and not giving anything to their workers. Gen Z is saying, I'm going to work smarter, not
Not
harder.
harder.
And in this world of social media and technology, they have the ability to say, you know what, this ain't working for me, I'm gonna go. And we're all pissed about it because we have old school thinking. When I say we, I mean like Gen X, Gen X and like boomers. We're in that, poverty mentality of like, no, I must stay and I must work hard and I must suffer. And no, I think they got it right. I love all the Gen Z people I work with far more than, I'm going to just say it, Gen X people I work with. Gen Z people just seem to be honest about who they are and what they want. I'm not mad
Yeah,
at
they're
it.
very direct about what they want, and they have boundaries.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
and
they'll say, I am going to take my time off. Okay.
Yeah, 100%. And it's like, how dare they take those kids don't want to work. It's like, do you give them PTO? Are they not, is it fake? Or do you not mean for them to take it?
Exactly. Alma just said, exactly, Carmen, we taught our daughter to know her worth and to work hard and play harder. I have definitely with my Gen Z daughter. Gigi, welcome to the show. I'm glad you're here. I feel like it is so different for healthcare workers, definitely overworked and underpaid. And even your breaks and lunches, you are working because your patients need you.
Yeah.
Cynthia can relate to that, and
That's true.
that's the ball game. I understand.
Yeah.
Yeah, you want to chime in on that a bit?
There's like a spectrum, right? Like I see a lot of companies. So do you, Carmen. Like most people work pretty hard while they're working. Yes, there are some who are dicking around on social media or whatever they do, and taking advantage. That is not the majority, though.
It's not.
Those are the ones that everyone's talking about.
Cynthia? You got to chime in, you people. Like, some of us just talk too much, but I'm trying to get you in.
Because I'm agreeing.
How do you feel about?
I agree
about what
Gigi feel about what Gigi said? Yeah,
because you work in the same industry that she does in the
no, absolutely. We all work hard, and a lot of times our lunches are interrupted. Oh, I know you're at lunch, but do you mind doing this? Or it'll be real quick. I need help with this, or I need an interpreter for that. And you're always getting interrupted. You have no time for yourself.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Jesse, I can't believe you're here. Hi. I love you. Wow, thank you for being here. Sorry, everyone. This is one of my family friends from back in the day. I lived in her house growing up.
Hey,
Jesse, I adore you. Hi. Sorry about that. I get thrown when, even though these are all people that are on my Facebook page, I get thrown when people actually show up and come into the show. Sorry. Well, yeah, I think it's a tough time, and I think it's more Gen X's fault because I think every generation does this thing where we always want to find fault in the generation coming up, and I'm not saying that there isn't some issues with Gen X. We can have that conversation too. But I think when it comes to this work stuff, and I think quiet quitting is the wrong word. I think we need to come up with something else that's more positive, because it's not about quiet quitting. It's about like, I'm just doing my job as you hired me to do in the agreement. That's all. I'm not doing any more than that or any less.
It's setting boundaries. That I think it's just simple as setting boundaries. These kids, they say, look, we have a contract from 9 to 5. Now I work for you from 9 to 5. Before 9 is my time, and after 5 is my time. Now, and thank you very much. I'm out, and they don't have a problem doing that. And I think with a lot of us, I think we're teaching the younger generation how to do it better versus like my parents, my mom particularly taught me how to do better than she did. And same thing with my grandmother. She taught my mother how to do better than she did. So it's just about learning the lessons and passing them down, and the kids taking the wisdom from each generation and trying to do it better. I think that's really what this is about. And I think the people who are in the older generations are pissed off. Well, why didn't I think of that? I think that they're mad because they didn't think of it.
Yeah.
And they're stuck in what they've always done.
Let me read what Melanie just wrote, because I think it's very important. If you can work smarter, not harder, more power to you, but someone has to be the janitor or you will be working smarter in a very sticky place. Melanie, we appreciate all hardworking people. So I think the idea of working smarter is more about putting up, like what Mario said and what Rick had mentioned, putting up boundaries. So it doesn't matter what job it is. If you're working past your 8 hours and you don't get overtime and you're coming in on a Sunday because then I think CEOs and bosses and people who hire other people, managers, one of the biggest things I do is tell them you're treating your staff wrong. People will hire me to come, and they do this with Andrea too. They hire us to come in and fix the problem with their teams, right? That's usually the general thing that people come to me about. And I will tell you, I've said this a million times, 95% of the time, my problem ends up being I have to talk to the person who hired me. They're the problem, not the team, because they're abusing what the team is willing or able or capable of doing. You know what I mean? So this is for everybody. This is for every industry. It's about making sure you have boundaries so that people aren't taking advantage of you. And then people like me and Andrea who have the privilege of being able to work with people who hire us, we tell them the truth, which, sometimes works and we get more work or we get fired. That's a whole other conversation.
Yeah, they want someone to come in and
But isn't that freeing to be able to tell the truth?
Especially when I make sure I get, I don't know how Andrea does it, but I get paid a month in advance. So like my bill goes out on the 15th of the month prior to the month they have to pay me. So like I'll get paid this Friday for April. So I come in, they get mad or upset once I do my assessment and they fire me. I'm like, that's all good. Thank you. I got like 3 weeks off now. Thanks.
Peace.
Please.
I've had several jobs where like when it comes to lunch break time, they'll stay and sit at their desk and eat. And then I'd be like, okay, I'll see you later. Where are you going? I'm going to go get some food. Oh, you going to come back? When my break is over, I'll be back.
That part.
Yeah.
You know what we used to do it at the company? I almost said the name of the company. Anybody who knows me knows where I used to work, but we used to turn around and we would cater in food. We would have cots for people to take naps, foosball tables. Mario, we had a beautiful building and everything. All of that was designed for you to never leave the office, and it worked. Let me read what Jesse wrote. I think it's okay to work longer hours to get my own tasks done, but it's important that we know our firms appreciate and recognize the effort. That's usually through bonuses, etc. No one should feel like they are not seen. Exactly. That just summed it all up. That's exactly what we've been talking about.
Pay me what you owe me.
This is my 3rd year without a bonus. Yeah.
Why?
Because of budget.
Yeah,
they're building all these new buildings that are half empty, and sorry, there's no money for your bonus this year.
Isn't it even worse when you see them building stuff and they're telling you they have no money? I just want to shoot them when they do that.
Then they get a $7 million donation from an actor and her husband for one of the centers, and again, we get no bonus. then just recently they sent out a survey for all of us to anonymously tell them how we feel about our managers and if our managers are doing their jobs. Let me tell you, the president sent an email saying she heard us, and it's across the board that the managers are not doing their jobs, and it's noted, and they're going to fix it, blah, blah, blah. The following day, it's administration or staff appreciation, whatever day. And what did they do? Instead of appreciating everyone, they only gave random people gifts, like just randomly. Like, wow. And then they announced it in the email. It's like either you do all, you do none, and you don't announce it to just kind of throw it in your face. You just told us you heard our problems, you heard our issues, but then you're going to turn around and say, "Oh, we take your information and all your input, these wholehearted and all this and that, but you know, oh, we can't give you anything. And so no bonus, no gift, no nothing."
I think your company should spend a lot of money and hire Andrea to come in and fix these issues.
Right.
Gigi said, I think Google is like that now. They provide everything for their work. Oh, yeah. I mean, all the big, I mean, we didn't invent it, but I mean, all the tech companies that started, I think, with like Apple, you know, back in the day. So, yeah. Alma said, I do not eat in the lunchroom. I arrange it so I have a private space to eat because people don't respect your time. And if I work 1 minute, I charge 15 minutes of overtime.
She does.
Good.
She does. That's the truth.
That's really good.
She's telling the truth.
Yeah.
She's like, oh, that's 1 minute. Okay. 15 minutes. And she's like, 20 minutes is an hour, whatever, you know.
Brian just said, I'm lucky with the company I work for. I have a lot of perks there. My team is awesome. Yeah, Brian, you really love where you work. It's good. I think it's really, it's a rarity, and it's something to be very grateful for. Go ahead, NJ. I'm sorry.
I said they're treating him right then. That's good.
Yeah.
I think he's in a management position, though. That changes things a bit. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not saying that his workers aren't, but he's also, I believe, in a management position, which most managers are always pretty fine. Until they're not. Right? You know, I mean, it's kind of nice to be the person in charge until, you know, things fall apart and your team sucks or whatever. Jesse just said, I have an amazing firm as well. Thank goodness. 26. Oh my God. Wow. Okay. Wow. Let me explain something to you. Jesse is, when I was in Color Guard and Drum Corps, so remember when Tommy Lee was here? So Jackie Dunn, who's also in my book, was like my best friend. And we, you know, we hung out all the time. We were always doing rehearsals together. We were like best buddies. So I ended up living with them basically for a long time. And Jesse is the little kid who was like 10 years old. So there's no way you're 26 years working anywhere. He was like a little 10-year-old kid. So when she just wrote that, I'm like, what? Doesn't make any sense. I'm in denial. Oh my God. Let me tell you, I am in denial. I really am. I cannot deal with, I keep thinking like, oh my God, I'm so happy. I'm like in my 50s. I'm like, and then like I'm talking to Charlie, and Charlie's like, yeah. And he's telling me, like, I think he said he's like 65 or something. I'm like, what? I was like,
Carmen, you remember coming to Alma's baby shower. So
stop.
Come on now.
Stop.
And my baby graduates from college next month.
See,
so.
No. Time is going to look. I'm just saying. I think time is amazing, and I love it. But sometimes it throws me, and I'm like, did it go by that quick? And now this little kid is graduated from college. That doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
See, 26 years. Like, I don't even envision you 26 years old. Like.
Let alone working a job for 26 years.
Right.
Oh, that is the coolest thing ever.
It's like you couldn't believe how old I was, remember?
I'm sorry, what, Cynthia?
You couldn't even remember how old I was? You couldn't believe it?
I know, because I still don't. Because you're another one who's still in my head as a little kid. Right? The little kid person.
Her baby is 27, she said. My God.
Oh my God, Yeah, you see what I'm saying, right? It's like you have a little 10-year-old kid in your head. That's what you're thinking. And I'm like, oh my God, look at little Jessie is on the show in the comments.
It's so cute.
Oh, Circle of Life, Carmen, get it together. Hey, you know what? It's my show, bitch. I can do what I want, bro. I'm having a moment, okay?
Do you, boo? Do you?
Right? No, that is so cool. Yeah, no, I hope that we figure out a way to change things. And I think Andrea and I kind of have the same philosophy when it comes to work. I find I do more work with the people who hire me than actually the teams. I don't know about you, Andrea. How does that sound? What do you do? Is it the same thing?
Yeah.
And it's like learning how to speak to people. Like one of the clients I work with, I'm constantly just telling him how great he is. I'm like, wow, I wish I understood all of that. Like, it's just amazing. You know what, by the way, I was wondering, could we buy 2 new computers? Because, just as you were saying, like it would just be easier because it's faster. And he's like, of course, yeah, buy the 2 computers, no problem. He has no idea that because if I had just walked in and said, can I have this approved? We'd be having a huge fight of spending money. But I have to coax it with like how great he is, if I could only research faster on the better computer, So these are people who need new computers, you know what I mean? So I think I spend most of my time doing that, learning how to manipulate people to understand and get past their egos.
Been there, done that.
My computer was ridiculously slow, and my boss couldn't understand why I wasn't finishing things. I'm like, this piece of crap computer, I can't get nothing done because I have to sit here and wait if I have to wait 30 seconds for the screen to change, this is too slow. Okay, come on.
Yeah.
So he finally got a new one.
TV takes 30 minutes to come on.
Oh, Lord.
I'm there with you.
Vizio.
All right, so is that it? Are we done? No, I'm just kidding. I'm still a little in shock.
Come on back, girl. Come on back.
I'm coming back. You guys talk amongst yourselves. Talk amongst yourselves.
Well, what else is there to talk about?
You said there's something about a TikTok ban?
Yes, the Congress, the House passed a bill and it was on both sides to if China doesn't sell their part of TikTok, then it'll be banned in the United States. And now it's gone to the Senate for approval. And if it's on both sides, then most likely it will pass. And President Biden said that he will sign the bill.
So then how's that work? You can't use TikTok no more?
No, not if the Chinese government is still a part of TikTok in the United States, then it will be banned indefinitely.
Okay, and I just want to say that I'm completely aghast that we are at this point because it's all bullshit. And I don't know when the last time you went to the Gap or you went anywhere and noticed that things are made in China all over the place. You know what I mean? Yes, because China is sending. No, they're not sending any more propaganda than Facebook or Twitter or any other social media. Let me tell you what this is about from my point of view. Okay, from my point of view, if you haven't figured it out yet, somebody in the United States wants to buy TikTok. And why is that? Because TikTok is so lucrative. And there's over, I think, 150 billion people, not billion, million people using this every single day. So what the United States is trying to do, and I love my country less and less every motherfucking day, but I love my country. But if you haven't figured it out yet, what they're trying to do is get in a position where an American has to buy TikTok. Yeah. And this is all under the guise of security, where in fact we do business with China all the time, everywhere we do big companies. All Pinterest has Chinese ties. There's a whole list of them. So it's all a farce and it's all bullshit. And it's sad. It's sad to me because we should be better than this. If you want to do something about social media, let's talk about putting some guardrails on social media. We can have that conversation. But just singling out TikTok with this farce of scary Chinese people are stealing your information. Google has my information, okay? Well, I'm worried about how much Google. All I do is sneeze about a Samsung television, and all of a
It don't
sudden,
show up
every
in your
5
thread.
minutes, I'm
Yeah.
getting Samsung television stuff. Oh, and where is Samsung from?
China.
So this
Yeah.
is my thing. Stop it. Stop it.
I
These-
think part of it is political. I think some of it's a little political because I know that I think our Gen Zs pulled the prank on Trump and about that rally, and that was all done through TikTok.
Mhm.
And they all went in and bought all the tickets to a rally or something, and then
Yep,
no one was
they-
there.
It's just getting out of hand, and all this being scared about, China. I'm fine with it. If you want to divest every single company that does business with China, then I'm all for it. Oh yes, let's protect ourselves. But making it just about TikTok, it's all bullshit.
Samsung is Korea.
Yeah,
But my
take
point
this.
isn't about
Yeah.
my point is about my point is that did you say it was Chinese? It doesn't matter. The point is that Google has all my information. And
Yeah.
no matter what, Facebook has all my information, right? They own WhatsApp, they own Messenger, they own
Instagram.
All of our information is out there. This is all a farce, okay? If you have an issue with China, I want you to go through all of your clothes tomorrow and see where you bought them and see where they came from. Go and look at all the plates you bought. Look at the stuff you have in your house. And then look at all the companies that have connections and ties with China. And then you're going to start to understand that it's all bullshit. It's because somebody in the United States wants to own TikTok. It's always about profit in this country, always. And I'm all for it, but not when you're lying to me. Do not lie to me to make money. Do not lie to me. Just say you want to motherfucking buy TikTok and we're good. You know what I mean? Just say, you know what? This is a great lucrative thing. I think we should pull away from China. We should own it. We can make profit here, blah, blah, blah. I'd be all for that shit, right? I'm sorry. It is all about the joy, but you gotta be factual about this shit. I'm so done with this country lying to us and getting us all up in a frenzy.
I love it when you get rah-rah. You just get motherfucker. I'm like, wow, okay. Say it with your whole chest. Just say it with your whole chest. Say it all. Just tell me how you really feel.
Have I changed though?
No, not at all.
Not one bit. Yeah.
Not at all.
I'm just tired of the scare tactics. I'm tired of it. You know what I mean? Go ahead. I'll let other people talk now.
No, you said it. You say it like you mean it. You know, I'm here for it.
Don't get me started with Elon Musk. But okay, Gigi, I hear you.
Yeah. You heard about that with him and Don Lemon, right? That whole thing. Don Lemon did an interview with him because Don Lemon was supposed to be doing a show that was supposed to be going over to X. And I guess Don Lemon really challenged him and called him on the floor about his anti-Semitism comments and all this other stuff. And he really called him on it. And so then all of a sudden Elon Musk backed out. But it was at that point, it was too late. You know, my dog is about to bark. Sorry. It was too late. And, but now he canceled his show on X. But Don Lemon's like, look, I got the truth and it's coming out no matter what. And so people are really, but some people don't care. You know, that's the bad part. Some people are really upset about the interview. Some people don't care about the interview. Some people are like, I'm giving away my Tesla. Lies. You're lying.
Giving away my Tesla.
You're lying.
When people protest by damaging the stuff they bought.
Why would you do that? Like,
I'm against Budweiser. I'm going to dump it all out. Okay. Unless Budweiser already got your money, baby.
They got your money. Well, I'm like, okay. Don't buy it. I mean, whatever. Go off, I guess. Whatever.
Okay, but Brian, misinformation is everywhere. But you know what? That's been forever. That's been our entire lives. The difference is now, because information is so easy to get and so easy to verify, we lazy motherfuckers. We so lazy, we just gonna watch one little thing. I'm not gonna bring it back to that, Rick, but I want to. I'm just saying. We do this shit all the time. We have to get better about reading entire articles before commenting. watching entire movies or programs or whatever before commenting. Do our research. Misinformation has been around since the beginning of time. Remember what was it? Snake oil salesman and
snake oil.
It's just now it's just so abundant and we're lazy motherfuckers. Don't be a lazy motherfucker. That's gonna be a clip. Let's go be a clip.
Say it with your whole chest. Just
this information, she been around for a long time and she ain't going nowhere.
She ain't going nowhere.
Yeah, but we could be better. We could be better. And that's why this thing with TikTok bothers me. I don't give a shit whether you like TikTok or not. I don't care. I use it just to promote myself. I started doing it again. Who's that?
Hey, Leela. That's my brother's girlfriend.
Hey, your brother's girlfriend? And her name is what? Hi, Leela.
Leela.
Hi, Leela.
That's a pretty name.
I'm just tired of the lies. You know, I'm really upset. And now when our country is doing this as a government continuously, and I know Andrea, I can already see Andrea's like, they've always been lying to us.
It's all a farce.
She's like, I'm telling you.
Like, I'm glad you're seeing it. I'm so glad you're seeing it. But yes.
She's catching up with me.
She's like, we're dying over here. I'm like, I'm sorry. I know I'm on fire today because I'm really tired of not just the lies that are going out, but that we're just so easily gullible to fucking take it in. Like, no, find the truth. You know what I mean? And
the truth is out there.
I was just saying that X-Files.
What?
That's why I was singing the song. The truth is out there. X-Files.
The truth is out there.
Yeah. Guy Steve Mnuchin, who was this Treasury Secretary under Trump, Steve Mnuchin, whatever the name is.
Yeah.
He's putting a group of people together because they want to buy TikTok. Oh, isn't that interesting? This is the same guy who got like $bazillion from the Saudi government as he walked out of the White House. How come you're not all up in arms about that? But now him and a group of his friends want to buy TikTok. For our safety. For our safety.
Of course.
Please.
And Rick Costa was tricky.
I don't know. Okay. Well, I feel like you guys got to give in some more input because I'm just too much on fire.
No. It was joyful to watch you.
This is our moment of joy.
It was all about the joy, and it was joyful to watch you say it with your whole chest, just your whole chest.
You know what's going to happen now? I'm going to get all these damn motherfucking emails about me swearing. That's what's going to happen, right, Mark? You know what's going to happen. Marvin. Like, what?
It brings me joy to see you finally seeing it all.
That's it, because it's all about
I
the joy.
have held my tongue long enough.
No, wait. Okay, we're going to get into this fight. We can. Andrea is how can I say, or used to be, a liberal hugging tree crazy person. Yes, you were. That's why we used to get into fights. And I'm more in the middle.
I don't like that has a connotation, but yeah.
I know. That's why I said it so people would understand.
Okay. Okay.
Liberal. And I'm
liberal.
And I'm not on the right at all. I'm not on the right at all. But I'm like middle. And I was much more. God, I hate using this word because it's bullshit, right? Like you can't even say the word anymore because they've stolen and co-opted patriotism, right? So I used to be patriotic in a different way than Andrea was, and we would get into fights about it, you know? Andrea, hippie. So what of it, Brian? What's serenity now mean? Is that what you
said?
Serenity.
Yeah, Seinfeld.
Hey, we in the hood here. We hanging out. This is how it happens. You know what I mean? We just chilling. And I'm on fire tonight. That's all that's happening.
That's it.
Andrea was a hippie. I don't understand. Is that a bad thing?
Because you called her a tree hugging liberal.
But is a hippie a bad thing? I'd rather be a hippie than whatever it is we being over there in Texas, Brian. Is a hippie a bad thing or tree hugging thing a bad thing? I'm confusion. I'm asking to explain.
Yeah. I mean, it has a, crunchy granola Birkenstock kind of connotation.
What's wrong with that? I'm cool with that. I would rather be that.
I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it. I just am saying I don't think it's accurate.
today it's not accurate, but I'm saying me and you together, we were those kind of people. I was more conservative.
You were more centrist, and I was much more like,
lefty.
I'm going to vote for Al Sharpton.
Oh, well, damn. Okay, you was real left.
That shit was hippie. That's hippie. That's tree hugging. I love Al Sharpton, but I was not gonna vote for him.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Look, even Mario's like, what is wrong with you, girl?
He said Al Sharpton. I was like, huh? Wait, come again?
I did in the primary. I voted for Al Sharpton.
Yeah.
Oh Lord. Okay.
Jesse
I'll
just said,
make a
I'm not
statement.
sure a tree hugging liberal is bad. I think it's exactly. I'm so
No, it's not bad. No, it's definitely
I
not
didn't
bad.
say it was bad. I just didn't think it was accurate. But anyway, go ahead.
I'm just saying with me and you, it was accurate because like I had an American flag on my car up until recently.
What's so
I would
hard?
never.
Always.
I would never.
And Jay would never have an American flag on her car.
Never.
Right?
Mm.
Never.
Look at-
I've
there's
never
that-
had, never would, never could, never will.
I never will now either because I'm sad. I need our country. I'm not talking about our government. I need people in this country to get better. Better about racism, better about homophobia, better about all the isms, better about sexism. We got to get on point. Mm-hmm. Don't get me started on race. No, we don't usually talk about race, but I will go down there because I'm in the mood today.
He said, I got time today.
Got time today. just gotta be better. Charlie.
Rick, it all started with you with the
right. Charlie said it though. He said, it's like wanting people to be better. It's true. Wanting people to that is what I want. That's what I want the show to be. I mean, I keep saying it's all about the joy because I want people to start thinking and being real, and stop listening to everybody else and do your own research and be really solid and be open-minded, And if you have a problem with people who you think are others, the problem is you. It's not other people. Like, why hate so much? Why hate people that you don't understand? And stop using the motherfucking Bible for everything as your excuse for why you do stuff. That's not what Jesus would do. I'm just saying, sorry, I don't mean to throw the Bible in there, but a lot of people try to throw the Bible as a reason for justifying what they do. Stop it. Stop it. It's not a way to answer that. Cool city boy in Texas that I am. Okay, I lost context there. My Irish pride will be popping on Sunday, Guinness time. What's happening on Sunday?
St. Patrick's Day.
Because I'm not in Boston. I kind of just let that go. Hey, Jess, how do we now think American flags mean a certain candidate's supporters? That doesn't make sense to me. It's considered almost a negative thing now. Yeah.
Because of because so many people who are patriots, who are patriots, are using that as their symbol, and it doesn't necessarily represent the feelings of all Americans anymore. There was a time where every American felt proud to be an American, but in me as a minority, my experience in this country is very different. So I've never just been that person to represent a flag, because I had family who lived in the South who had an American flag, and then you go down the road and you see an American flag with a Confederate flag standing on top of it. So my experience is very different with the American flag. So that representation for me, I'm only speaking for me, it has a different connotation. I can't speak for other people because people have a different experience, because there are a lot of immigrants who come here who are very proud to be in this country and who are happy to be from the oppressed countries that they've come from. So they are happy to represent that flag. Me, however, my life experience does not represent that. So that's why I don't do it. But I'm speaking for me. That's it.
Are you speaking for you? Because I was confused.
Yeah, well, because folks will be like, well, you said, no, I'm saying, no, I didn't say general.
Right. No, I'm just messing with you. I got you.
Yeah.
Look, I still believe, I fucking sound like Clinton right now. I still believe in a place called hope. You know what I mean? Like I still, that's what all about the joy is, right? Like I really always try to see the good. I always want to believe in the best. I always want to believe that we can be what I need us to be or what I hope us to be. And what pisses me off is that's been it's not even dampened, it's been crushed. And it breaks my heart, you know. It breaks my heart because I think this country still stands for something. Yes, for all the people that come here. And white people keep thinking that only black people or brown people keep coming to this country. White people came to this country too. Like, so, you know, all this hate to people on the border from the South, all this hatred and anger, it's just vile. And it says more about you than it does to the beautiful, let me just say it this way, the beautiful, wonderful people who are doing their best to have a better life and see some shining light from the United States, possibly to make a decent living.
Yeah.
And, you know, my sister-in-law, Beata, is from Poland, and she came to this country. My ex-husband is from Israel, and he came to this country. And you know what? Because they have white skin, they didn't feel the hatred and the pain that Latinos and people who come across the border have to deal with. And what I am angry about is that we do this to each other, that we do this pain and this nastiness to brown and black people, you know? And I don't know where along the way white people started believing that this is their country and that the rest of us are just fucking visiting. This is my country. This is my country. I was born and raised here, and I love my country. But you guys got to get this shit together. Stop being racist. And if your first thought is, I'm not racist, motherfucker, that means you're racist. Because if you weren't, you wouldn't have to motherfucking say it. So you got to get it together. And that's the difference. I used to believe we could get there. What's happening to me now? I don't know. And I've never felt like that. And that's why I took the flag off my car after 30 years being in LA.
I remember George
Joanne
Takei.
Martin. Hey, talking about my family. That's my god sister.
Hey, god sister.
Yeah.
George Takei, Mr. Sulu from the original Star Trek. So when that whole Pearl Harbor thing went down,
Yes.
and he was a kid, and they were putting Japanese people in camps and blah blah blah.
Concentration camps. Yeah.
And they were like, "Go back to your country." He's like, "This is my country. What do you want me to go back to?" Like,
Exactly.
What?
Yeah. It's just, you know, like I just believe that we are better than we're behaving as individuals and as a society, you know. And, you know, okay, we make fun of whatever. I mean, I know you all are lovely and awesome people and, you know, all about the joy. The whole concept is that idea of hope, that we can see that little light and try to find joy in things instead of hatred. If you don't understand something, if you're uncomfortable with something, then deal with that for yourself. Don't get angry with other people. Don't fucking get a gun and kill people because you're angry.
Yeah.
You know, don't like there's just so many things in this country that I wish I could fix by myself, like with my little magic wand. You know what I mean? Like, boom.
Yeah.
You know, I spoke to this woman the other day. I shouldn't say woman. That's wrong. See, so I spoke to a man who does drag.
Okay.
And I'm sorry?
Okay.
I'm a man who does drag because I'm not sure what the right pronouns are. But
drag queen.
I'm sorry?
It's a drag queen.
Drag queen, I guess, but look, I'm just being careful because anyways, the other day, and he was talking about how painful it is to just do this thing that he loved to do, that he used to do all the time in the 80s and the 90s in the clubs. You know what I mean? And just talking about how things have changed, that he can't express himself because then people want to call him gay and call him all these things and be mean. I'm like, I don't even get it. I don't I don't understand it, you know? Jesse's like a person. Yeah, for sure. I'm trying to get better. I never asked what the right pronouns are or whatever, but I think he's just a man who does drag. So that's why I'm thinking too much on it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm overcompensating, you know?
My wife made a comment. I think she's right.
The greatest commandment given to us in the Bible is that we love others as ourselves, to love. I just lost it.
We lost it.
Oh,
I can't scroll. Wait.
You can't see the other side?
Oh,
you know
no.
what? I closed it.
To love them, not to judge or condemn them.
Yeah.
So all those who weaponize the Bible are just wrong. Yeah, you can make the Bible say almost anything you want to. You could
You
twist
wanted
it.
to, yeah, exactly.
They villainize immigrants, but if they were to stop work just one day, it would paralyze this country. Okay, Brian, we're not going to talk about firearms. I'm so sorry I even brought it up. Oh, Al Carrier. Okay, everyone's in the house now. Okay, Al Carrier. So there's a part in the book. Everybody who's in the book is showing up now. It's so fucking embarrassing. Al Carrier's the guy I was in love with. Yeah, child. But he didn't want me, so whatever. He lost out, baby. And you know what? His mom loves me too. What's up, baby?
So what's up?
Yeah, he was in love with me too, but you know, he was a bigwig at the boys' club or whatever. So he couldn't date me, but I don't know. We had a little thing going on, but Al, I love you. So glad to see you. That's so weird. I'm so embarrassed. All right, I am gonna shut this down though, unless you guys have some last words.
Well, so my parents came here from Portugal, and the whole idea was they wanted a better life. They were just plain simple farmers over there, and they heard, you know, you can have a better life, you can make a lot more money, blah, blah, blah. And so they came here and didn't even speak English, but they learned, and they did their thing, and then eventually was able to buy their own house, which I still live in today. And yeah, and they did it right. They did it legally. They became American citizens. You know, they did it, and they did it right. And that's what this should be about, you know, the American dream.
And the small differences, and it's not a small difference, is they are white.
Well, my dad, he was pretty dark, so that was questionable to some people.
But stop right there. You know what I'm saying? Let's not get into the shades of coloring. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just saying it's very different than somebody who comes from Honduras or Central America or comes from Haiti or comes from the Dominican Republic or any brown African-centric country, you know what I mean, where the indigenous people have a bloodline that gives them a tint of color and features that for some reason in this country we still think is okay to demean.
And it's nearly impossible to do it right now. You really can't if you are from an undesirable country and you don't have white skin.
It's divisive. It's very divisive.
I've been through it.
Yeah.
Oh, Al, I love you too. Come on, you're still killing me with that. I love you, Carm. Hey, it's in the book. I can't help it. And I guarantee you, Rick is going to go find that chapter and read it. He's going to be like, hey, so that was Al, huh? Yeah. Jesse said you should both come to the reunion on 6/1. Of course, you would have to fly to what reunion?
Massachusetts.
But what reunion? I don't even, and I knew it was Massachusetts. I was just shocked by a reunion. I don't know about the reunion. Jesse, send me a message. I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about, but that might be fun. I thought we should probably have a reunion on here. It might be a fun time. Okay, we're at 1:12. Cynthia, any
The Boys Club, she
last
said.
word?
Oh,
No?
Cynthia, she said any other word? No? Nothing?
no.
Oh, Cynthia, yeah, no. Don't need to talk. Just here, looking pretty. Al Carrier, my 2 minutes of written fame, Boys Club reunion. I'll think about it. Is some of our famous friends going to be there? Like, so at the Boys Club, we had what's his name? Mark Wahlberg was a Boys Club participant. Marky Mark. Back in the day when he was just a kid. I'm sorry?
You should come down.
I will at some point. I don't.
Is she going to be able to stay in your house, though, with your cat and all that?
Oh, she's always welcome in my house. She just hates my cat.
I don't hate your cat. I hate all cats. I hate Andrea's cats. But why? Can we not make it like I hate animals?
It's because she's got allergies.
I have major allergies.
I'm allergic too. I am.
I am too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But okay, everyone, look at this was really a fun time. I'm sorry. I went a little off on things, but you know, I'm feeling very comfortable with the crew and everything. So, you know, holla. But thank you,
Let your
everyone.
head down. Let it out.
I know, right?
Let it out.
This is the most people I've ever seen in the room. Not everyone's. I'm shook. So clearly, I should scream more, swear a lot. Is that what I'm getting? I feel like they tell you do what works. You know what I mean?
Just warn Rick when you're gonna swear, so you can take the earpods out.
Right.
I know.
Right.
Oh, let me see. Wait, Jesse said, doubt Mark will be, but we are trying to get a lot of people from our generation to. Bitch, generation? You're like, you're not my generation, Jesse. You're a kid. Oh my God. I love her. Al said, oh, I doubt we will see Mark, but this is just going to be us folks from the hood. Okay, cool. All right, everyone, thank you so much for coming by on the show. Thank you for hanging out in the neighborhood. Thank you to everyone who's viewing. Also, let me give a heads up to LinkedIn. I have so many more followers. We passed the 500 mark the other day. It's so amazing. Hey, Tony, love you. All right, bye, everyone. Thank you so much, and we'll see you next week for sure. Remember, it's all about the joy.
Have a good week.